Hi, everyone. Welcome to the NFL podcast here. And I'm your host, Brandon A. Miller. It's good to see you. This week, we're going to go over the results for week number 1 of the NFL, all the great games that happened. And we are going to go through division by division, starting off with the AFC. And let's start off with the AFC East. And we'll go ahead right from the top. And the Buffalo Bills. They had a whale of a game with the Ravens. We kind of knew that what they would. Um, and Buffalo came out on top, 41-40. It was a very close game. The Ravens pretty much controlled the game up until the end. And last podcast I mentioned that what the Ravens need to work on is finishing teams off. Winning the games is supposed to win. And they really should have won this one. But hey, it's why you play the game. And kudos to Buffalo for not quitting and for fighting as hard as they did. So they got up. So they got a win there. The second team in the AFC is the New York Jets. They lost this week to the Pittsburgh Steelers in another very close game, 34-32. And let me tell you, the Jets did exactly what I thought they were going to do, run the ball. And I was glad to see that. They look really good, and I think they're just going to get better if they stay healthy. So it was a good, strong showing from the New York Jets. The New England Patriots had a tough one. They played the Raiders of Las Vegas. They lost 20-13. But there's room to grow for them, and so and it was a good game by the Raiders, showing off some of their strengths with Austin Gentry getting a touchdown. Miami lost. They lost pretty badly. Whoever was that to the Colts, and we'll go back to the Colts later. But yeah, Miami does seem to be in a world of trouble. So let's hope that they can recoup and rebound. All right, moving over to the AFC North. Cincinnati, they played a rough one against the Cleveland Browns. It was an excellent game. Cincinnati edged them 17-16. So for the first game of the season, good. We already mentioned the Pittsburgh Steelers won against the Jets. And then the Ravens, we talked about, they lost. And then Cleveland lost. So Cincinnati and Pittsburgh are at the top of the division right now with 1 win, 0 losses. Moving to the AFC South, the Indianapolis Colts. Well, big win over Miami. I don't know if Miami's that bad or Indianapolis is that good, but Daniel Jones did show his stuff. They beat them 33-8. So good job by the Colts. We knew going into the season they were going to be strong. Jacksonville Jaguars, they won against Carolina. I watched a bit of this game. 26-10 was the win. It was great. It was nice to see Travis Hunter getting on the field, and we'll see what happens with the Panthers going forward. Houston lost, and they lost to the Rams. I'm trying to find the score. Yeah, 14-9, a defensive battle. Houston's really tough. They'll come back. Remember, LA is a great team, so no shame in that. They'll definitely bounce back. And finally, Tennessee, the Titans. The Titans also did not win. The Titans lost to, who did they lose to? To Denver. Yeah, and we knew that Denver was one of those teams who had an excellent defense, that it's going to be hard to beat them when they get a lead. All right, moving down to the AFC West, we have the LA Chargers beating down in Brazil, beating Kansas City. Wow, what a great stuff. The LA Chargers look like they're for real. Denver also won. Again, I feel Denver's going to be our surprise team in 2025. We'll wait and see if that comes to pass. The Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders, they won as well, as we mentioned earlier, and Kansas City lost to the division rival LA Chargers down in that special game in Brazil. All right, let's move over to the NFC, and we're going to start with the NFC East, and we'll start with Philadelphia. The reigning Super Bowl champions, defeated the Dallas Cowboys, who really looked good. They gave them a game, so it was exciting to watch. Rain delay and everything. 24-20 was Philadelphia's win, and so as we know, Dallas lost that game, so it was a divisional rival game. And then also we had Washington playing, and they played the Jets, so interdivisional game. Washington beat them 21-6. The Jets just kind of seemed like, I don't know, they just couldn't get their rhythm going. Defensively, they look good, but Washington definitely, boy, man, that Jaden Daniels is a great player. Moving down to the NFC North, so this is the division where they got all of the studs teams, all the super teams. Green Bay, woo, they looked fantastic. They stomped on the Detroit Lions, 27-13 was the final there. And Minnesota and Chicago had a hard-fought, fun game to watch at times. There was lots of times I was like, ugh. Both rookie quarterbacks, well, not really rookie, second year, but the young quarterbacks had moments. So, but the Minnesota prevailed at the end, 27-24 was the final. Moving down to the NFC South, we had Tampa Bay taking on Atlanta within the division. Wow, back and forth. Geez. Atlanta looks good. Tampa Bay looks good. Both teams just would not quit. Tampa Bay, Atlanta had a chance to win it at the end. You gotta make those field goals. What can I say? They had a chance to tie it at the end. They lost 23-20 to Tampa Bay, but it was a really, really good game. Hard hitting. Carolina, we mentioned, had lost to Jacksonville. But I got to say, Carolina did not look too bad. They didn't look too good either, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. I think that we're going to see them improve moving down. The New Orleans Saints, okay. I also watched a bit of this game. I was trying to find that score for you. Okay. Now they lost to Arizona, 20-13, but there was a point in that game where I thought they were going to actually win, but they did. They ended up dropping it, so that was a shame. And they lost to Arizona, who is in the NFC West. So a good way to transition. Arizona won by beating New Orleans. San Francisco won 17-13 over a very stout Seattle team. So a really, really tough game, rough game. Interdivisional. So Seattle lost. San Francisco won 17-13. And finally, as we know, the LA Rams beat the Houston Texans 14-9. So there's your wrap up for this week. I hope you enjoy this podcast. We will be back. We may miss next week, week 2, but we will cover it, though it might be a week late, depend on my work schedule. Thank you all very much. Take care.